Hello everyone, I hope you are all well. Today we are going to continue the story called The Son of Goku is the New Demon King, and in this episode 11. After Vados reveals his love for Goku, now the two have a new child with Chi-Chi's permission, but nobody knows that this child will be the new king of demons and the greatest chaos the world has ever seen. But meanwhile, the training of Goku against Kefla continues in Universe 6, and you will see the whole story now, so I ask you to leave many likes and comments so that I can continue to bring the continuation of the story. That done, grab your popcorn and soda and let's see this incredible story in the 6th universe. Currently in the 6th universe, it was possible to see Son Goku facing the fusion of Caulifla and Kefla, and further away from the place on top of a small hill was Champa next to Vados and Hit, the most famous assassin in the 6th universe. Hit thought, Caulifla and Kale were very strong when using this new technique. I just wanted to know which one is currently stronger. Caulifla, Kale, or Kaba? Well, regardless of who is the strongest of the three, Kefla certainly surpasses all 6th universe warriors, and I am no exception, thought the 6th universe assassin as he looked at Kefla's face, who had a confident smile on her face. His face when preparing for combat with Son Goku. Vados thought, will Goku be able to defeat Kefla? I know he's very powerful and could take on several warriors together, but is Goku strong enough to defeat Kefla now that she has this new technique? Vados asked herself, wanting to know if her beloved Saiyan could face Kefla with his new technique. Champa said, that's it. Go Kefla, show Son Goku your strength. Defeat him using this new technique combined with the Saiyan power, said the god of destruction of the 6th universe while waving a green and red flag with the name of the fusion of Caulifla and Kale. Returning to the battle between Goku and Kefla. Now returning to the battlefield where the battle between the two strongest Saiyans of the 6th and 7th universe were taking place. Goku, who was still in his Super Saiyan God form, united with the energy of the power of superior instinct, faced Kefla, who was still in her base form, just waiting to start the final battle between the Saiyans. Kefla said, well, old man, now that Caulifla and Kale have merged and I've appeared, I want you to know that our battle will end very quickly, and I will be the winner of this battle, said the strongest fusion of the 6th universe, while facing Son Goku, who willingly or not was a little afraid of that fight. Goku said, a quick listen. Never think you've already won before the end of the fight, because if you do, and in the end you end up losing, it will be something very humiliating, said the Saiyan with a slight smile on his face, while he jumped a few times to relax his muscles before the start of the ultimate battle between him and Kefla. Kefla said, I'm just telling the truth. After all, you're shaking a little, aren't you? Spoke in a fusion while laughing and looking at Goku, who was slightly shaking. Goku said, I admit that seeing the new technique of yours and remembering our last battle and everything you could do back then made me slightly afraid. But a real warrior can overcome his fears during combat. So Kefla, let's go start this battle of ours soon, said the Saiyan while looking at Kefla, who just gave a small smile. Right after Kefla heard Goku's words, and also because she was tired of waiting for all that, she started to raise her power and turned into Super Saiyan 2, and when she saw that Goku just moved her neck and raised her power just like Kefla, soon the Saiyan turned into Super Saiyan Blue and then activated the power of Kaioken 2X, and then the energy of Superior Instinct disappeared, leaving only the energy of Super Saiyan Blue with Kaioken. Kefla said, in that case, I can agree with you, but it's about time we stopped talking and started fighting, Kefla said while looking at Goku, who already had his Superior Saiyan Blue aura united with the Kaioken aura. After Kefla finished speaking, Goku had been quiet and both were long seconds staring at each other, until Kefla and Goku disappeared and reappeared in the sky, where they ended up bumping their fists, something that created enormous pressure in the wind, making the clouds that were in the sky move away, creating a huge crater in the clouds. In this way, all incredible battle began to be fought in the skies at the planet of the gods of destruction, one that made the 6th universe itself feel the impacts of the battle, something that was making everyone in shock with the level of power of the battle that was being fought at that location. Even Champa being a god of destruction, he was not able to see the movements of Goku and Kefla. Only Vados could see perfectly that battle, and Hit that he could see partially due to the energy of the time leap that he was using to slow down the movements of Kefla and Goku, in his vision of course. But in reality, both Saiyans were facing each other at a speed that bordered on the speed of light, or even reached the speed of light. The level of that fight had long ceased to be between two mere mortals. In fact, anyone who saw that battle would say that it was a fight between two gods, and not two mere mortals. Kefla and Goku had already become so strong that the fight it even made the 6th universe tremble, and not only he, but the 7th universe was also feeling the shockwaves of the attacks of the two Saiyans facing each other. Something that made even Champa afraid of Goku and Kefla. Champa thought, what the fuck is this? Are these two still mortal? This battle is not at all between mere mortals. This battle is looking like two gods of destruction facing each other and making not only the entire universe they are in, but those nearby feel the shockwaves generated by the combat and the shock of the attacks being collided between these two. I hate to admit it, but I think that these two alone are already at the power level of a god of destruction. And if they fight like this against one, they can even beat the god of destruction in question, thought the god of destruction of the 6th universe while watching Kefla and Goku's attacks that were spreading the energy of that fight to the entire 6th universe and to some other universes like the 7th universe. In addition to Champa admitting that Goku and Kefla are strong enough to be compared that of a god of destruction. Vados thought, this battle is so intense that the energy generated in this fight is being sent to the other universes and everyone in the 6th universe is feeling it. Son Goku is so strong and amazing, Vados thought as she looked and felt the energy being released in the fight. She couldn't help but be happy seeing the strength of her beloved Saiyan. Returning to the combat. Back to the fight between Goku and Kefla that was well balanced until that moment. Soon both Saiyans were facing each other at such a speed that it was only possible to see a blue aura mixed with red being that Goku's aura that was colliding against the aura Kefla green. Kefla seeing that both had similar speed and agility, the fusion began to use the time leap in the way that Kefla began to have an advantage in the fight, because using the time leap Kefla tried to hit Goku's stomach, but the Saiyan had held the fist Kefla and was using his strength. Saiyan threw her towards the ground and the force exerted ended up creating a crater in the place where Kefla ended up being thrown. Kefla quickly recovered from her fall, and still inside the crater, the fusion began to shoot several key spheres at Goku, and he had to dodge them as if there were several key spheres at the time, but to the Saiyan's unhappiness, Kefla's key attacks were following the Saiyan, who had to dodge and fire his own key spheres against Kefla's key spheres in order to get rid of them. But that was part of Kefla's plan, since he was just making the Saiyan distracted, and with the distraction, Kefla used his time leap and left a crater and appeared on top of Goku, hitting him with both hands, together making him go against a small forest in the planet of the god of destruction. But Goku at high speed had managed to get out of the forest, leaving only a blue and red trail behind, and in the sky of the planet of the god of destruction, Goku returned to his base form, deactivating the powers of Super Saiyan Blue and Kaioken. Kefla said, "What is it? You're back to your base form. Does that mean that you give up and admit that I'm stronger than you? Is that what you mean?" asked the fusion while looking curiously at Goku, as well as everyone who was witnessing that fight. Upon hearing those words, Goku said nothing, just closed his eyes and began to concentrate. Kefla, seeing that, felt a strange shiver in her body. Only that warned her that letting Goku do what he was doing to do would not be good for her. Even Kefla not knowing what was going on or what was going to happen. Acting on her Saiyan instincts, Kefla advances towards Goku and tries to hit him in the face, but Goku just tilted his face to the side, and thus did not receive Kefla's attack, who soon began to throw several punches and kicks at him. Goku, the Saiyan, just dodged it with his eyes still fully closed, until one of the punches that Kefla tried to hits Goku's face again. He didn't dodge, but held Kefla's fist, and the next second Kefla felt a pain in her abdomen caused by Goku's fist. But to Kefla's bad luck, she didn't. There was no time to try to understand what was happening, because in the next minute Goku lifted his foot and kicked from top to bottom on Kefla's shoulder, who felt her shoulder being dislocated and the impact of her body colliding with the soil on that planet. Trying to understand what was happening, Kefla managed to get up and looked at Goku, who was still in the sky, but now the Saiyan had a divine white aura. That energy being the aura of the power of the superior instinct that was incomplete, but even so, that power was gigantic and very overwhelming. Goku said, "Now let's fight seriously, Kefla." The Saiyan spoke in an imposing and oppressive way to Kefla, who was putting her shoulder in place. We've reached the end of another video today, so for those of you who like the content of this channel already, leave the like and subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to leave your comment, which is very important for the channel. I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.